You're good to go. You want me to introduce you? Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can? Wonderful. I hope you're all staying warm. I'm a little cold still. It's a bit chilly out there, and I hope you brought your sweaters because when we're done, we're all going outside for a minute. Surprise. Surprise. Exactly. Oh, really? Surprise. All right. So this morning we have Wave Transit. This is Brianna. She's here with us today. She is going to talk to you guys. She passed out the flyers that you have about a new program that they are offering. I know some of you are very familiar with Wave and the services they provide. So she's going to talk with you about this new program. I think a lot of you will really like it and it will be very beneficial for you. Okay.
Good morning. Thank you for letting me be here with you this morning on this wonderfully chilly day. So I see that we're all wrapped up in sweaters. Me too. I'm from Pennsylvania, so this is like I'm bred for this weather. I'm so excited that there's a chill in the air. So my name is Brianna. I work for Wave Transit. I'm our mobility manager. So hopefully we'll get acquainted with one another. The main focus of my job is to make sure that using public transportation is easy and accessible for folks over 65 and people with disabilities. So I'm your girl. If that's something that you're struggling with, if there's a way that we can accommodate you, if you want to learn how to ride the bus or need some more information about DART services, I'm who you're going to call. But today I'm here to talk to you about a really exciting brand new program that we have. I'm here to talk to you about any of our other service transit. And this is a new thing that's happening in Wilmington. So microtransit is sort of like a mixture of a taxi service and the public bus. So it's run by Wave. We're working with a vendor called bus.com. We've got wonderful vehicles from a local business owner called the Daniels Company. And we're working together to be able to provide a flexible on-demand service for the people in our area and specifically for the folks who live in Brunswick and Pender counties as well. So the awesome thing about Ride Micro is that it is connecting that Tri-County area already at its inception, at its launch. The goal of this program is to provide access to people from within the city center, within like the Wilmington city limits, to places in Leland, to attractions and sites and doctors' appointments and friends' houses all the way up as far north as Hampstead in Pender County, as well as bringing those folks who live outside of our limits into the Wave Transit fixed route bus system. So if you have a doctor's appointment in Leland, there's a person we just created some rides with. They just gave us a call that they go to dialysis in Leland 6 days a week, and now we're going to be their ride for 5 of those days. So you can use us for work, for medical appointments, for pleasure and fun. That's totally up to you. The difference between something like microtransit or Ride Micro and a fixed route bus is that this can be at a stop near you within an hour of the time that you need your ride. So instead of having to look at the clock, read a bus map, check the schedule, see where the route goes, walk to a bus stop, and try to figure out all of these sort of conflicting issues at once to get where you need to be, this is just as easy as calling our call center or hopping online and doing our online reservation form. Our really awesome and friendly dispatchers will work with you to determine where your closest virtual stop is, and we'll discuss what that is, how soon we can get you there, how quickly we can pick you up, when we need to pick you up from your destination. And if this is a trip where you're running errands and you have a lot of different places to go, maybe you need to stop and getting your hair done, you think it'll be an hour and a half, we can have Ride Micro circle back around and pick you back up from that hair appointment and then take you on to the grocery store. It sounds a lot like DART service, if that's something you're familiar with or have used. It's similar, but not the same. This is how it's different. DART is only available to folks with disabilities who apply and are accepted into that program. Ride Micro is for everyone. So anyone and everyone, folks who hang out at the Senior Resource Center, you know, the younger folk that we know, people in our community, There's no age, ability, or residency requirement to use this program. So if you have folks visiting from out of town and you want to take them around, go out to dinner, show them the resource center, you can do that without some of those same restrictions that a dark service would have. So this is the cool part. This program is rolling out in 4 stages. Right now, we're in phase 1. We just launched in October. This is brand new. It's going to be a 1-year pilot program. By spring of 2022, all of our services and all of our zones will be available. But right now, we have zones 1 and 2. And from the day of our launch through Veterans Day, service is free in zones 1 and 2. You can ride micro in all of its areas, all of the zones, go to every virtual stop 10 times a day if you so choose, for free through Veterans Day. So there's never a better time to try it, to see if this is something that you want to use, if you like it, if this is going to work for you. Once we launch zones 3 and zones 4, service will be free in each zone for 30 days from the day of that zone's launch. Zone 3 is sort of like south of the Monkey Junction area, down toward Carolina Beach. And zone 4 is sort of northern New Hanover. That's going to encapsulate the airport, the north campus of Cape Fear Community College. So by the end of it, we're going to have a pretty wide map of places that Ride Micro can take you. Right now, we're in Brunswick, a little bit of northern New Hanover. It's really like northern Wilmington downtown to connect folks with Paget Station, which is Wave Transit's downtown transfer station. And then we have a couple hundred stops in Pender County. Like I said earlier, we can take you as far north as Hampstead. Once all of the zones are out and all of that pre-service is done, we don't have a finalized fare structure. Again, this is brand new for all of us. There's going to be some growing pains and bumps. We appreciate your patience as you grow along with us and we figure it out. But our goal is to have the fare structure mirror our fixed route service, which means that's $2 one way or $4 round trip. That's the same as our dirt service and the same as our regular buses if you don't have a reduced rate. Now, will there be reduced fare? We don't quite have the answer to that yet. We believe that there will be, but when I know, you all will be the first to know. When we have that finalized structure, I'll be sending it to Tom and we can be posting it to make sure that everybody knows how much Ride Micro is going to cost. So $2 one way, $4 round trip. That being said, if you want to go from Hampstead to Pleasure Island and back, maybe it's not $4, perhaps it's $5 because of that, the amount of mileage, but that would be something that you would be made aware of before you boarded your trip. So fares will never be a mystery to you when you book your ride with Ride Micro. I handed you two. Do we have a ramp? So yes, absolutely. So we do have accessible vehicles. Now, Wave Transit doesn't own these vehicles. We're using an awesome company called Daniels Company. And when you book your trip, one of the things our dispatchers will ask you is if you have any mobility needs. If there's something that you need in order to be able to get on and comfortably use the vehicle. And so they'll send the vehicle that's right for your mobility needs. Not all of the vehicles that are currently in our fleet are accessible, but we make sure that the accessible vehicle is sent when it's needed. All right, so I handed you 2 pieces of paper. This big flyer, this is kind of a frequently asked questions flyer. These are the things that folks want to know, those little details that you might forget. On here is an 844 number. That's the number that you will call to reserve your ride. We also have our website URL, the link to where a lot more information is available on Wave Transit's website. We have our hours of operation, and then this piece of paper has 2 really important pieces of information. The first is all the stuff on the front. These are our phases of rollout. So if you're thinking, oh, well, I know I really want to go to Pleasure Island. When's that going to be available? You can take a look and see that, zones 3 will start in December of 2021. So around Christmas, I know that I can start heading south on Ride Micro and that 3rd zone will open up. This will tell you when our app is going to launch, when all of those service enhancements are happening. And on the back, for folks who have a smartphone, this one's a great one to hold on to because you can just scan this QR code on the back and it will bring you to the online reservation form. So if we're tech savvy, if we're loving our smartphones and that's how we prefer to make those reservations, this will take you straight there. Listed on that little sticker is also that 844 number if you prefer to call. Okay, so I'm the boring part of today. This is your information, your 101. But we're going to have the opportunity to go outside. Our lovely driver, Renee, brought one of our vehicles with us so that you can take a peek and really get a feel of what kind of vehicles we're sending. They're Ford Transit vehicles. They're 14-passenger vans for the most part. But this will give you an idea of what they look like. You'll get to meet one of our awesome drivers, get to see what the branding is going to look like on the outside so you can recognize your ride, and take a seat if you want. Get up in the chairs and check if they're comfy. Does anybody have any questions before we head outside?
I think we're good.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Oh, yes. So you do have to go to a pickup place. We're calling those virtual stops. The reason that they're virtual stops and not just stops is because we haven't put up a bus stop pole and an aluminum sign like we do with our big buses. So virtual stops are points of interest, might be a doctor's office, the Walmart, or they're literally just intersections, the mouth of a neighborhood, the intersection of two streets, an available parking lot, anywhere that it's going to be safe for that vehicle to pull off and be able to pick up a passenger. So DART comes to your home, Ride Micro comes near your home. Not on our list. You can always let us know, hey, I'm headed to the doctor. This is a pretty big medical facility. Can it please be added as a virtual stop? We have a lot of flexibility to be able to add stops and move them around. For example, I was on the phone with a wonderful woman yesterday who said that the virtual stop on our map was actually listed in a line of trees on the side of the road. I'm like, well, that's silly. So it's just as simple as making sure we move that dot to make it more representative. And we can drop her off in the parking lot of that shopping plaza rather than in the trees behind us, right? So this is new. We're figuring it out as we go along, and the more information and requests that you can give us, the better we can build a program that's going to be really helpful and usable. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. We're going to head outside here in a second to do some show and tell with one of our vehicles. So if you have any questions for me after the fact, I'm coming outside with you, but I'm going to stick around with my materials for a minute after. You can ask me any specific questions, or we can take a look at that reservation form. We can call the call center together to get you comfortable. All righty, thank you.
All right. Mr. George, you have any questions? Nope. All right.
Nope.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Would you like me to send you some information on this? I can send you over those flyers if you'd like.
Yes, that'll work.
Perfect. All right. Well, I will send you an email then with the information. Then if you have any questions, I'm happy to get the answers for you as well.
All righty. Good.
All right. And then I'll send out the bingo for the month. I'll send that out to you probably next week. I think we've got the dates finalized. So if you're interested and free, I'll send that to you.
Okay, because we won't have one this Monday then.
Right. I believe it's going to be the 15th.
Okay, all right.
And I'll send you an email and I'll follow up on it.
All righty.
Well, it was really good to see you. If you need anything, give me a call, okay?
All righty. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.